Everybody, Heather from Hooked on Pickin here. My normal Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time live feed. And so I have a fun topic for you. We're going to wait for a few minutes to have people's comment and say hi and come on live and make sure that we're streaming good and that we don't have any lag or buffering or any of that fun stuff. But I definitely have 5 tips for warning signs for an online reseller that I'm taking from my experience. And so I want to say a huge thank you to those of you who are supporting me regularly on Patreon. I've got a couple of exclusive videos there for you. Don't forget to check out that $250 goal that we reached for last month, and I put a video here of picking that I did for thrifting, and you have the ability to buy any of those items from me for 2 weeks. So until March 14th. March 14th is when I will make it live to all of you guys as YouTube viewers, but I wanted to let you know that stuff is available for you. And so go ahead and check those things out. And if you want any of those things, go ahead and just shoot me an email at hookedonpickin.com and under the contact me link and tell me what you want and what you want to offer me for it. You guys get first dibs as patrons to see that video. And then on March 14th, I'll make that live and you guys can check it out then as regular YouTube viewers. So if you guys are online, go ahead and comment, say hello. I'd love to know who's on here and chatting.
Linda's the first one. Linda says hello.
Hey, Linda. Good deal. I'm super excited to have you guys here. And so also, if you like the content that I'm giving out, feel free to go ahead and buy me a coffee. There's a donate button while we're live. And so I just wanted to let you guys know that. Also, for those of you who don't know, on my hookedonpickin.com page, I have got this size of a box. I'm going to fill. I've got a boys mystery toy box and a girls mystery toy box, and all of the contents will be more than, I've got them for $25 on my hookedonpickin.com page, and all of the contents will be way more than $25. So I fill a box totally chock full of brand new and like new items in this box for a boy or a girl. So you can go on to hookedonpickin.com, check that out, and I'll fill that up totally for you. And so Lynn Lopez, hey, how you could jump on live, and I'm glad that you were here. So let's go ahead and get into it, the details of kind of what my topic is today. And I would love to have any questions that you guys have about reselling. Go ahead and shoot them my direction, and I'd love to be able to answer those for you. So my topic today is warning signs for an online reseller, and these are just 5 things. They're not an exclusive list. Obviously, I could probably warn you about lots of things, but these are things that I'm like, you know what? I have seen this over and over again from comments from you guys and from other resellers, and I just don't want you guys to fall into the same pitfalls. And so I'm trying to give you guys just some groundwork to say, please don't do these things, because you'll just save yourself from a lot of headache. So number 1 warning sign for an online reseller is don't get the cart before the horse. Okay, there's a lot of you that ask me a lot of things about, do I use a third-party listing option? Is it subscription-based? And should I get the Pro Seller account when I start with Amazon, which is $50 instead of starting with the $20 one? And what kind of Dymo printer should I get? What kind of regular printer should I get? What kind of, labels, all this kind of stuff. Don't get the cart before the horse. Make sure you sign up on your platform first. Make your first sale. Once you've done that, then you can maybe think about buying bells and whistles that will make it more efficient. But you don't want to do any of that until you sign up for your seller account. You get approved as an Amazon seller, get approved as an eBay seller, get approved as a Poshmark seller before you get any of those things. You don't need all those bells and whistles to start. For 2 years, I never had a Dymo printer. I printed just with the 30 sheet labels you stick in a regular 8.5 by 11 printer. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I know we totally dropped. So hopefully we're back up live and you guys can hear me again. So I'll kind of go back through that again. But
hold on, let me catch up on
some comments. Great.
Zookeeper15133 says, hi, love your videos.
Awesome, thanks.
Laura says, hi, happy to catch the live show.
Awesome.
James says, hello from Michigan.
Awesome.
CJ Spano says, perfect timing. I got Poshmark questions.
Good. I'll answer those.
Diana says, hello. Gina says, hi, everyone. Lynn Lopez asks, what camera and lighting do you use for listing?
I use my smartphone. I have a Samsung 8, so I use my smartphone, and then I make sure that I have as bright light bulbs as you can. I would suggest daylight bulbs in your house.
CJ Spano says, if I charge $15 on eBay, I think you meant free shipping, how would I list the same on Posh because they include shipping costs?
I would just go ahead and go to your USPS.com, find out how much is a typical priority mailbox weighing, and I usually calculate for the furthest away distance. And so, like, I live in the Midwest, and so I always calculate for like California or Hawaii or something. And so that way I know, okay, at maximum they're going to pay $9 in shipping. At minimum they'll pay 4 or 5, and so you can kind of gauge in that for kind of pricing your item for Poshmark. So people on Poshmark are used to paying shipping, and so you don't have to be too overly concerned about the free shipping option versus paying shipping. If they shop on Poshmark, they always pay shipping.
For Real Girl 42 says, hi everyone.
Hey, For Real Girl.
Linda says, my husband and I are thinking about starting on Amazon. Where would you suggest we start?
Well, first and foremost, I'm talking about the warning signs for an online reseller, and I was talking about don't get the cart before the horse. First thing you want to do is sign up for an Amazon seller account before you do anything. Make sure you can get approved for that account, and once you're approved for that account, then you can kind of take the next steps to making sure you have the right things you need to do selling. And then second, get the Amazon seller app, regular Amazon app.
Susan says, hello from Georgia.
Hey, Susan.
Mike says, hello from Sacramento.
Awesome.
Nicole G is excited that she finally caught you.
Yay.
For Real Girl says, hi to you and your man behind the camera. Laugh out loud. Carmelina says, hello from England.
Awesome.
Jane says, hello from the Netherlands.
What time is it there?
I've got several other hi comments. Susan says, do you need to charge shipping to other countries?
I would suggest yes. You'll lose your shirt if you don't charge shipping. So they have an option on eBay to do free shipping to the United States, calculated shipping for international. And so I would suggest doing that. Always weigh it and then do calculated shipping.
Thank you, everybody, for saying hello. I've kind of lost track of who said hi and who hasn't.
If you really want him to say hi, then say, please say hi for me or whatever. Comment extra, and we'll try to say hi for your name.
The Netherlands says it is 6:10 p.m.
6:10 p.m. All right, great.
Monique asks, have you ever drop shipped?
I have never drop shipped, and the main reason for that is I want to know the exact condition that my items are in, and when you drop ship, you have to kind of hope that where you're drop shipping, the quality is exactly what you would expect. So that's the only reason why I haven't done that.
We've had a bunch more people jump on. Why don't you go ahead and repeat your topic?
Okay.
And guys, while she's doing that, if this is something you like, go ahead and hit that like button.
Yeah, go ahead and hit that like button. My topic today is warning signs for an online reseller. I've got 5. They're not exclusive warning signs, but they're things that I think are really, really important. Thank you to those who are on my Patreon page. You guys are supporting me for a great amount so that I can put out more content like this, and I'm super excited. We also have exclusive content. Make sure you check out that $250 goal reached, where I show you things that I got at a thrift store. Until March 14th, you get the option to buy those things direct from me before anyone else. And then on March 14th, all the rest of my YouTube viewers get the option to be able to see that and buy any of those items. Also, if you like the content you got today, go ahead and hit that donate button and buy me a coffee. So warning signs for an online reseller. Number 1, don't get the cart before the horse. I've had a lot of you guys and then other people and other resellers that I've watched before where they go out and they buy all of the items. They buy the Dymo printer, they buy the labels, they buy the scales and all of that stuff before they even get approved for selling on whatever platform they choose to sell on. So don't get the cart before the horse. You don't need all those bells and whistles to make your first sale. Make sure you get approved to be a Poshmark seller. Make sure you get approved to, sell on Facebook Marketplace or Amazon Seller. I know Amazon Seller is a little bit longer process to get approved, and so get that approved before you buy anything for the reselling business. Don't get the cart before the horse. You'll regret it if you don't get approved. eBay, same thing. Make sure you get that seller account. Also, when it comes to buying which seller account, start with the low-end seller account. On eBay, you do not have to have a store to sell. You just pay the listing fee for your first few items you list. Make sure you make a couple sales, and then you can think about the option of going in and getting a store if you're going to start doing high volume on eBay. The same thing with Amazon. You can start with the $20 seller account. You don't have to have the $50 pro seller account when you only have 2 or 3 items listed. So make sure you make sure that first sale before you go buying all the bells and whistles. So that's number 1. Don't get the cart before the horse. Number 2, I would say, in my personal opinion, and this is just my personal opinion, don't borrow money to do this business. Start with a small amount. Reinvest everything back into the business. Don't pay yourself a paycheck for the first. Maybe jump back on the Wi-Fi because it's not working today.
You're live now.
Okay. Alrighty. So sorry about the lag there. I'm not sure exactly where I left off.
Go ahead and repeat the second one.
Okay. So number 2 is don't borrow money. And so making sure we got streaming here. All right. So number 2, I would say, is my personal opinion is don't borrow money. I would definitely say you don't want to do that. Let me see if I got some questions.
Live.
I am live. Okay.
I got your question.
Okay. Alrighty. So I would say don't borrow money simply because that adds extra stress for your financial situation. And if you lose that money that you've invested in products and maybe you don't make as much money as you would like, then it really stresses you out, and now you've dug yourself a hole. And so same thing with, like, it kind of goes a little bit along with number 1, don't buy all the stuff for the business if you can't do the business yet. You need to start having an income come in before you actually, buy products. And so don't borrow money would be my suggestion. Just set aside, $100 or $200 to start with. Then sell your first item, make a little bit of money, and now your $100 is now $200. Reinvest that whole $200, and now your $200 is now $400. And that's pretty much how I grew my business. It takes a lot less stress off the situation, especially when you're at the beginning and you're learning a lot as you go. It's really, really hard at the beginning to get things moving so quickly. You're not going to be Heather from Hooked on Pickin on day 1. I've done this for 3 years straight, and so I'm very efficient at it, and it's going to take you a while before you get efficient at it. I'd love to be able to cut some of those corners for you by giving you these bits of advice. Also, check out my consultation phone calls if you want personalized advice just for you. Yes, we got some questions.
Yes. Let's see, guys. If you would like to hit that like button, that'd be great. Sorry for the video cutting out from time to time. We'll try to go right back live as soon as we can. Mm-hmm. Nathan Silver says, do you have to use clear poly bags to ship items to Amazon? Can you use a dark poly bag and a fixation label to the outside? Yes.
So I have the gray ones that I use. I don't know if I have one here, but I'll use gray poly bags, and then I also use clear ones. And yes, make sure you have a suffocation label on them. And so you can either make it on a label or have them pre-printed on the bags.
Swamp Picker says hello.
Hi, Swamp Picker. I love that name.
Ecom Tomcat. How many different bulk suppliers have you tried, and which is your favorite?
I would say bulk.com is my favorite simply because they fully manifest their entire cases and pallets. So that's my favorite. They also have flat rate shipping, which is easier to calculate. I've tried, I don't know, 8 different suppliers. But yeah.
James Brown Jr. says, hey, let's see. Hey, it is James. Listen to this smart woman. I did not know any of this when I started. Yes.
Awesome. Also, thank you so much, Lynn Lopez, for the $5 of coffee that you gave me. I'm super excited about that.
Very good. You got lots of comments that it was buffering. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
You guys, again, sorry. We live out in the country. It's beautiful out here, but we do have the buffering issue.
Yeah, we do have an internet issue here. So we will be right back on anytime at
Gina asks, can you explain FBA and merchant fulfilled?
Yes. So FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. It simply means when you list your item online, you're going to adhere a regular Amazon label that's particular to your account. You're going to throw it all in a box and you're going to ship it to the warehouse. And then when it sells, they handle all shipping, returns, all of that kind of stuff. And then you just get a disbursement every 2 weeks once you're, I think, positive $100. When you initially send it in, don't freak out. You usually go in the negative balance because when you ship it in, it takes it off your kind of account balance there in Amazon. And so don't freak out if you're negative for the first few weeks that you sell on the Amazon FBA. Merchant Fulfill is just like eBay. You list just like you would on Amazon, but you use the stock photo instead of having to take your own photos. So it has to be something that's already on the Amazon platform in order to list there. Then you stick it on your shelf, and then when it sells, you go ahead and ship it. And I believe Amazon requires a 1-day shipping time frame. And so you usually have to ship it within a day of it selling and being paid for.
Manuel Rivera says hello.
Hey.
Let's see. Ronnie Joseph says, good morning, sister. How are you? He says, please pray for the Lord's work in India. Right now, my church members and orphans are not happy right now.
Okay, well.
So we definitely pray for missionaries around the world.
For sure. Yes, absolutely.
William says, hey, from North Carolina.
Awesome.
Let's see. Manuel Rivera says, so I want to thank you for all the good advice. It's been a blessing to me and my family. It's great.
Good.
Mariana says, I'm very grateful for all your advice and tips. Thank you.
Awesome.
And Nicole G says, for a new Amazon seller, is it best to do the FBA?
It depends on how much effort you want to put into that. FBA is definitely convenient, but you need to make sure you check your fees on FBA by using the Amazon Seller app. There's a lot of people that make the mistake of sending it into FBA and they don't calculate the extra fees involved with putting it at the warehouse, and they don't look into the Amazon Seller ranks, like their seller ranks. And so I would definitely suggest watching my 3-part series on the Amazon Seller app. I walk through every little step and all the details you need to know before you send it into FBA. It will sell faster generally if it's at the warehouse than if it's sitting on your shelf. And so that's kind of a determination you need to make based on that kind of information. So hopefully that helps.
Lynn Lopez, she said, I got bumped, but now I'm back, and she had donated $5.
Yes, awesome. Thank you, Lynn, for the $5 of coffee. I will drink lots of coffee on your behalf.
You want to quickly recap? And go to the third?
Yeah, so we're going over the warning signs for an online reseller. If you missed any of them, number 1 was don't get the cart before the horse. So I talked a little bit about that, of not buying all the supplies before you're actually approved to even sell on the platforms. Number 2 is don't borrow money. It's my personal opinion. Some people do and do well, but I would say just use what money you have set aside, make that business only money, and keep reinvesting it until you can finally start paying yourself a paycheck. And then number 3 is do your research, which you guys are doing right now, being on my YouTube channel and asking all the pertinent questions. And so do your research. Make sure you watch other YouTube sellers. Make sure it's kind of hard on YouTube. You got to comb through the ones that are just kind of, inflating numbers, and then the ones that are honest. But do your research on how to set up an account, how to sell proficiently, how to make sure your condition notes are appropriate for the condition your item is in, how to, find suppliers, how do you do retail arbitrage, which is going out and finding things at retail stores to resell, how do you do liquidation arbitrage, do all of that kind of research before you get started. That usually helps. You do not have to do hours and hours and hours and years of research, okay? Just do enough so that you feel like you have a handle on it, and then get started. So that's number 3. Also, I wanted to let you guys know, I said this at the top of my video, but since more of you are on, I am selling, there's a lot of stuff that I have available for a boys and girls mystery box, and I'm putting them in this size of a box. So for $25 on my hookedonpickin.com website, you can go and find and specify a girls only mystery box and a boys only mystery box. They're on the main page when you first go there, but it's a rather large box, but I will fill this chocked full of stuff, and everything that you get will be more than $25 value. But I thought that I would offer that exclusively to my YouTube viewers and make that available before I send that kind of stuff into the Amazon warehouse. So that'll be available for you guys while I have it. And then, then probably about a month from now, I'm going to send it all into the warehouse to just be sold individually.
Question, how did you start your Shopify website? or your own hooked on Pickin website?
Oh, yeah, it's Shopify is the one that I use simply because I knew I was going to be reselling goods. There's lots of different websites. I used to have a Weebly one. That one was just kind of a business card online is all how I would describe it. But the Shopify one helps you because if you're going to resell product direct to customers, I'm able to put products at a much lower price because my fee structure is lower than an Amazon or an eBay. And so I just watched a YouTube video on how to set it up, and I created a lot of my pictures and backgrounds and things like that are all on there. And then I just gradually always add products on a regular basis. So check it out. I got a lot of really fun stuff. I just recently added a ton of stuff from my most recent bulk pallet unboxing where I opened up the one with all the purses and book bags and stuff. There's a ton of that stuff that I just recently put on my website or eBay or Poshmark. So check out those 3 platforms.
What would you say are the pros and cons to your own website?
The pros and cons. The pros are less fees. I can sell for cheaper prices direct to customer, just like I said. The cons is not as much traffic as Amazon and eBay, simply because it's my own website, and so usually the only people that know about it are you guys. But I do have a lot of YouTube followers. I think I'm coming up on 30,000 followers pretty quick here. So that's the thing. So you guys will get a look at the items more than anybody else because of the traffic volume. So those would be kind of my main pros and cons on those.
Jane asked, do you have to pay taxes?
Yes, you have to pay. Yes, the government wants their money. So yes, you will have to pay taxes. When you sell online, you get a 1099 or a 1099K, depending on what platform you sell on. And so make sure you keep track of your product purchases and all that stuff. I am not a tax professional, but definitely try to keep track of any expenditures that you have with the business alone. And I would suggest a separate checking account simply for that reason. It helps you to track it a lot easier. All right, so warning signs for an online reseller. Number 1, don't get the cart before the horse. Number 2, don't borrow money. Number 3, do your research. Number 4, have your family on board or whatever your support system is. If you're a single person, have your support system available and on board. I would suggest setting up a schedule of when are you going to work the business and when are you going to be available for family. If I have kind of a tentative schedule every week. I work, obviously during the day when the kids are here, but they know I work very late nights some nights of the week. And so they know that. But have your family on board because it's very, very crucial that they understand what you're doing and that they're supportive for what you're doing, because this can be a very discouraging business when you don't make sales that one week and you expected to have an income come in and you didn't. And so it's an ebb and flow. Make sure you track kind of your numbers from year to year, because on months where I'm like, why am I not selling so much? I go back and look, and the same time last year, my sales were low. So it depends on the time of the year on how much you sell and how much more I have to hustle. Like if I don't make a lot of sales in February, I'll have to go and pick more in February so I have more product to sell to kind of counteract the lower traffic in February or January or whatever month it is that I have lower sales. Question.
I do have a question. I did have a comment that we're still buffering. Are we up and live?
Yeah, I'm showing live here.
Okay. All right. Okay. You guys, help us out if we're having trouble. It sounds like we're having a lot of trouble today.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Monique asks, excuse me. She asks, do you have a banking account for each platform you sell on, or do you have one bank account?
I have one bank account for all of them, just simply because bank accounts usually require a minimum balance to keep it above. And so, I just have one that are for all of my platforms.
Very good. Jane and Tammy says you're live for me. No trouble here.
Perfect.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thanks for letting us know.
Gina says, does your Shopify store accept Visa, MasterCard?
Yes. Yeah, you can pay with a card or you can pay via PayPal. So I have it set up in those 2 different payments. So you can pay, you don't have to have a PayPal account in order to purchase from me. But that's how I usually do all of my sales. If you send me a message and stuff like that, that's how I do all my sales. I'll send you an invoice and you pay through my Shopify store. So it's all like I never see any of your account information other than your address to ship it to you. Also, if you like this content, go ahead and smash that like button. And also, if you also really like it, then you can donate and buy me a coffee. Lynn Lopez did that earlier on this feed. I'm super excited about that. And thank you so much for my patrons that support me and get super behind the scenes exclusive content.
Very good.
And so number 4 is make sure you have your family on board. Make sure you have a schedule so that your family knows when you're going to be working your business and when you're not. With this kind of a business, it's overwhelming. It feels like you have to work it all the time. And so if you can schedule your time that you're on the clock and off the clock, that usually helps. Just make sure you always get your packages out on time. That's a biggie. And then number 5, I did this, which is why I had to build a separate building. Don't take over your house, okay? Don't make your house look like Reseller Hoarderville, because it's very, very easy to do, especially if you are buying pallets and you don't really have the space for pallets, or if you're buying cases and you're buying cases and cases and cases and not getting the stuff sold quickly or out to the warehouse or stored somewhere in a special spot. So don't take over your house. There are multiple times where we would have company coming over and I had product all over the dining room table, and it got exasperating to have to move it off the dining room table and then back onto the dining room table to take all the pictures and all of that kind of stuff. So don't take over your house. Have an exclusive spot that you're going to do your business, okay? And keep everything contained as much as possible in that exclusive space. Yes.
Linda says, too late, it already has.
I totally feel your pain. I took over, I had a 200 square foot space and it looked like stacks and piles of stuff. I kid you not, when I moved over to this warehouse, I sent in $100 worth of product that was hiding underneath the stacks of stuff because I didn't even know I had it. And then I took over the kids' TV space, and they're so thankful that I moved out to this building because now they have an actual space they can hang out that doesn't have reseller stuff in it.
Daniel says, so I got my bulk pallets, wondering where should I start?
With your bulk pallets, well, start unboxing for one. And then I would just definitely, I am a firm believer that you're going to move the stuff the fastest on Amazon. And so I usually just go through and find out what can I quickly post on Amazon, get it gone. And then I slowly go through the rest of it and find out, okay, can I look it up on Amazon with the title instead of the UPC code? Can I put it on eBay? Would it sell better on Poshmark or Mercari or Facebook Marketplace if it's really heavy? Things like that. And so I would just separate it into piles of where are you going to send it. But I would immediately, you got a pallet, I would immediately this week get your stuff gone to the Amazon FBA warehouse if that's the platform you are so choosing to sell on. So,
For Real Girl 42 says that, let's see, I almost have too much now in my bedroom, but I'm working on it now.
Good job. Keep working on it. You'll get it out.
Marcy says, finally, I got to see you live. Hi, and thank you so much. I'm learning so much from you, starting very soon with Poshmark.
Awesome. Very good. Yeah. Also, something I wanted to tell you guys, since you guys are live, you get to hear it first from me. I had a conversation with the bulk people, and I am going to be able to film inside their warehouse and take a tour. And on the 26th, which is a Tuesday of March, the 26th of March at 12:30, I will be going live with the bulk team, and we'll be able to Q&A with them directly. And so that's what liquidator I buy a lot from. I do not work for bulk.com, but I buy a lot of their liquidation, and they agreed to let me come down and house just for you guys. And so be aware that on the 26th at 12:30, I will be live streaming and we'll be doing a Q&A with them directly.
Monty asks, how did you generate sales on Poshmark when you first started? Was it as time consuming as it seems?
Initially, yes, it was. Simply because you have to do a lot of sharing. And then when someone else shares your item, you need to go to their closet and share however many items they shared in your closet. It's kind of Posh etiquette. And when you do that, what it does is it brings all of your items available to their followers, and then their followers show their followers, and then your followers grow your followers grow, then more people see your product anytime you share. So initially in the beginning, it's a lot harder simply because you don't have a lot of followers. But the more people you share to their closets, it helps to grow that following.
Yeah, our first week, Monty, we sold 6 items. We shared like all the time.
Yeah,
probably.
all day long. Yeah.
It was not necessarily cost efficient how much we shared, but we did sell 6 items, and then it started going.
It started growing from there. Yeah.
We had a friend not just too long ago start her first week. She sold 2 items, so that was still was great.
Yeah.
She got more money than she could have sold in other places. So, but yeah, let's see. Daniel says, how do I start my account for selling up on Amazon myself?
You can do a single individual account. You don't have to have a business account to sell on Amazon, and just go onto the Amazon. It's Amazon Seller Central is what it's called. It's not Amazon.com. So go to Google Amazon Seller Central, and then you can sign up for an account there.
Donna says, thank you for sharing. Love your energy. Wayne says, how awesome. Hoping for the best. Edith says, how do you know which items you can sell on Amazon?
Well, I do a lot of retail arbitrage where you can go and just use your Amazon Seller app with your smartphone, and you just simply scan the barcode and find out, is it on the Amazon platform or not? And then also, anytime I buy liquidation, if I can have a title or a UPC code, I look it up before I even buy it. And so just making sure that it's actually on the platform makes a big difference. And so I do my research before I make a purchase.
For Real Girl 42 says, that's awesome. That's an awesome thing with bulk.com you're doing. I'm going to make sure I watch.
Yeah.
Wayne says it's kind of sweet, up like hashtag experience.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a neat experience. I've got a variety of different things. I took a lot of your guys' suggestions of things to ask them and things that we're going to try to film and make it available for us. So we're going to one of their warehouses in Tennessee, and so we're really excited about that. And so they're all set to have us come. We're going to meet them there, and they're going to give us a full tour, and we're going to film a bunch of that. So the 26th is when we'll be live at 12:30. I'll probably put out a video at 1 o'clock that day reminding you that I'm going to be live, and then we'll do the live Q&A. And what we're going to do is they've agreed to be on my YouTube channel live, and then we'll then do another live feed on their Facebook page, I believe. So we'll do it on Bulk's Facebook page. So it may cover a little bit of different content that way. But I agreed to do that for them just because I'm a reseller and, I have some info.
Helen Gonzalez says, hi.
Awesome.
And then Zookeeper15133 has a couple of questions.
Sure.
Questions about Amazon. Question number 1, how can you get the same info on the Amazon desktop that you get on the app? Like how many are listed and what you will make?
I think I have not figured that out yet. There are other apps that you can buy, I think, subscription-based that gives you that kind of information. Camel, I think, is one. Profit Bandit is another one. And I think they now there's some people out there that have Chrome extensions that you can put on the desktop to kind of get that info. The easiest way and the free way is always through the Amazon Seller app. And so I usually just use that.
And the second question that she asks is, how do you get approved to sell on Amazon in shoes?
I got approved in shoes, but I had a long-standing history with Amazon. Also, you can, if you buy from a wholesaler, then you can usually use that documentation to get approved in that particular brand of shoes. And so anytime you buy from a wholesaler, you can use that information. Unfortunately, when you buy liquidation, like liquidation.com, bulk.com, BIA trading, things like that, you can't get ungated information because they're wholesalers or they're liquidation. But any kind of wholesaler you can, or if you buy direct from company, you can use that documentation to get ungated. So hopefully that helps.
Janine asks, is it expensive to sell on Amazon?
30% of your profits goes to Amazon. And so depending on what you sell it for, it can be, but Amazon is a beast and you can make tons and tons of cash on it. All right, we're back on. Sorry about that, guys. All right. The joys of living in the country. All right. I told you I'd hop back on real fast if I could. So.
Do you see yourself now?
Yep, I do. I do. I got my phone here to make sure I'm actually streaming live.
Okay, Gina asks a question. Ask them if they will start a sample box for a price at bulk.com.
Oh, that's a good idea. Sample boxes for a starter price. I also do something. I put a lot of boxes I'm interested in a watch list, and then occasionally they will discount those down to about, $90 or $100, and then you pay shipping. So
hey Gina, if you're still on, I do a lot of the ordering. If you go just to cases and then go to the lowest price cases, you'll find them very, very cheap. I think $55, and that's even including the shipping.
Yeah.
So
you can buy them for like $20 and then $30 of shipping.
That might help you if that's something that you just want to see what it's like.
Yeah, he's the best at picking my liquidation. So
Rachel 10 over says, "Are you in the Illuminati?" Yes, we are, and we're waiting for the mothership to pick us up, Rachel.
No, we are not. We are not.
We have comments on buffering. I believe we're back.
Okay, yep.
Get Yo Hustle On says hello.
I love that name. It's my fave.
Jane says, "I live in the city. I have internet issues too. There's a problem with the sun that can cause it." Yeah, I don't know.
I just wish we'd see the sun more.
Yeah, I know. Carolyn Ford, can you video or discuss receipt of a pallet one day? Would like to see how it's delivered, who removed from truck, pallet jack, etc. Friend just recently said wooden pallet because no loading dock.
Okay, so go ahead and check out. I actually have a video. It's actually a live stream. A video. I think the thumbnail just shows me with a big white truck in the background, I think. And so it's probably about 3 weeks old. So go back on my feed about 3 weeks ago, and I have a live drop off of a pallet to my space, and you can see exactly how they did it at my space.
Get Yo Hustle On says, "I had a sale last night on Mercari.
Good job.
4 minutes after I posted it."
Nice. That must have been a good price.
Said, "Sweet little things like that keep me person pumped up." They really do.
It really do. Yeah. Watching those numbers and having goals and stuff like that really, really helps. And so, you guys are awesome. Warning signs for an online reseller. I went through the top 5 that I believe are definitely beneficial. Number 1, don't get the cart before. 2, don't borrow money. Number 3, do your research. Number 4, have your family on board. Schedule your time. Number 5, don't take over your house, because I know it's already happened in your house. So you're going to have to figure out how to, keep it all in one space, or just build yourself a warehouse like I did. But anyway, hopefully this has been helpful. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, go ahead and hit that donate button right now. If you'd like to become one of my patrons, go ahead and click the link below to become one of my patrons. I give you exclusive behind the scenes looks at things that I do, and also give you exclusive ahead of schedule opportunities to buy stuff direct from me before any of the other YouTubers see it, just because you're a patron. And so I have an awesome video about how my husband and I started with our $300 and grew it into this. And so hopefully it's been helpful. Don't forget to check out my boys and girls mystery boxes that I'll be putting all brand new and like new items in a box this size for you for only 25 bucks. So check that out at hookedonpickin.com. And we've got a couple questions before we go.
Zookeeper15133 says, "Where do you sell the large or heavy items?"
Usually Facebook Marketplaces go to for anything that's large or heavy, simply because, if you send it into the Amazon warehouse, you just absolutely get murdered with fees for storage there.
Very good. Guys, if you could hit that like button, that'd help us too. Thank you for those that already have.
Yes, awesome.
Get Yo Hustle On says, "Is there a program that lets you make one post and it posts to multiple platforms? My fingers hope so."
There should be a program out there like that. I currently do not have a program like that. Facebook Marketplace is probably the best setup for that, because you can get into a bunch of garage sale sites, and when you make your posting, you can post it to 7 or 8 different garage sale or wholesale sites or reseller sites. And so you get your name out there to a lot of different people in your local area. But as far as eBay, Amazon, Shopify, all that stuff, I do not know of a platform. If you guys know of a platform, please comment below and let me know, because that's definitely something that would be super convenient for me.
Get Yo Hustle On. Check out the ASD Market Week.
Yes.
They have all kinds of people selling new programs. They may have one.
Yeah.
Jane says, Wayne, there are solar flares and things that mess with satellites.
Awesome.
Sure.
For our buffering.
Yay. Javier says, my wife thinks I'm crazy watching your program like this. Let's see.
Tell her to join you and watch it with.
Visual impairment says, new sub here. Love your videos. I just ordered my first pallet.
Awesome. Perfect. I'm excited. Tell me when you get your first sale. I love to hear your comments on your very first sale and to hear the excitement in your guys' text, I guess. I can't hear it in your voice, but in your text. That's really exciting.
Ionet says, hello from Romania.
Hey, I don't think we've ever had someone from Romania. You're probably a first Romanian viewer.
Javier says, I sell mostly on OfferUp.
Oh, perfect.
Sharon Lewis says, thanks so much. You have been so helpful. You make it seem so doable for a person like me. Blessings.
Yes. It is still hard work, but yes, it's doable.
Nebo Allen says, what are your thoughts about Mercari?
I don't really have thoughts about Mercari because I don't sell on that platform. I currently sell on Amazon, eBay, Poshmark, Shopify, my own Hooked on Pickin store, and then also Facebook Marketplace. And so I've kind of got a lot of, eggs in lots of different baskets. And so I have not added Mercari yet. I did have someone comment though that Poshmark takes about 20% in fees and Mercari takes about 10%. And so if you guys want to check it out, tell me how much you guys are getting and what it's like. Is it like Poshmark? Do you have to do the sharing? All that kind of stuff. I'd love to have more information from you guys, and that in turn, the comments will help all the other viewers.
Jenny asks, I just found your site yesterday. I'm glad I did. Thanks for all the great tips.
Awesome. Thanks for Jenny for catching me live. I usually do this every Thursday at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time in the United States. And so if you guys ever want to come live, you'll always see me on Thursdays unless I announce another time. Also, remember the 26th, which is a Tuesday at 12:30, I'll be going live from the bulk.com warehouse. They're going to give me an opportunity to tour that warehouse, and they're going to do a live Q&A with me. So just remember that time frame, March 26th, Tuesday at 12:30 Central Standard Time.
Let's see. Gina says, God bless you, Emily. Dr. Jane Simpson says, good morning to you both. I'm so excited about our consultation call.
Yes, I'm actually going to call her right after we get off of this. So awesome.
LaKenya Melton says, Mercari is great for selling. For Real Girl 42 says, Mercari is like Poshmark, except there is no sharing, but most other things are the same and low fees.
Okay, great.
Get Your Hustle On says, yes, I am selling twice as fast on Mercari versus Poshmark. Only 10% fee, and they let you ship yourself.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Let's see. For Real Girl, so far, Mercari, she's made $1,500.
Nice.
Good.
So that sounds like a good platform for you resellers. And thanks for all the info about it. I'm definitely going to probably have to look into that one. So thank you so much for jumping on live with me today. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment below. I usually try to even answer comments after the video has not been live. But go ahead and smash that like button if you love it. And then don't forget to check out my hookedonpickin.com website. And if you want more info on how to get started, go ahead and give me a consultation phone call, or even if you're in the midst of selling and need some advice, consultation phone call. So thank you so much. And remember,